it means to survive at their high school before it's too late.
Yuba City High could be any school in America. With 2,500 students, space is tight, and academic and social pressures are high. For the past 2 years, bullying, teasing, and cliques have become an escalating problem on campus. From the popular to the athletes to the outcasts, our 11 teens represent not only Yuba City, but any school USA. They don't get along on campus, but on this afternoon in the library, they've agreed to face each other for the first time. The meeting will be led by counselors Yvonne and Rich Dutra-St. John.
Tell me the groups on your campus, how people separate and divide the names of the groups.
Cowboys.
Preps. Skaters.
Scrubs.
Freaks. Cowboy haters.
The Hispanic group. East Indians.
Jocks.
And we can't forget about the blacks.
How does it feel to know that people have you in these groups?
Sometimes it can be bad when people use labels to hurt people.
Yeah.
Does it happen here at your school?
Yeah.
Yeah, at our school, there's lots of tension between groups.
You know, some people aren't accepted by other groups. You know, some people have a grudge against other people, so maybe walking by a certain group, you know, you may get cussed at, yelled at.
Cliques are everywhere. It's like you have to belong to a clique, you have to have a certain group of friends, you have to have that one group that you don't like. It's like protocol, like they have this big handbook on how to be something.
A lot of our big brawls are between two different groups. It'll happen between like two people, like one person from one group, one person from another, and then it'll turn into a huge brawl, like the skater and cowboy brawl.
I'm a cowboy because of the way I dress, the way I look, I guess, the way I act.
Being a skater is all about having fun, going out skating, doing different tricks. Yeah, the skaters and cowboys don't usually get along.
We don't like the skaters because of the way they dress.
There's been people canned, kicked, egged. If we went over to the cowboy territory, if someone would start talking stuff and a big old fight would happen.
From that fence to the wall, and the whole parking lot here is cowboys.
If somebody that we don't like walks through here, then we like say you're barred and kick them out.
That fence, the wall, parking lot, cowboy, take a walk. Don't say nothing.
One of the guys got in a fight with one of the skaters, and they all told us to come back. All kinds of people came, and it went from to baseball bats to belt buckles to skateboards swinging at each other.
Are there groups on campus that have more power than others?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's more power, but there's a lot more preps at the school and jockeys and all that. And you know, they have more people, so more people see them as like stronger people.
Everybody in our high school knows who I am. They respect me. A lot of people say that I am really bully, really pushy. I rip kids' underwears off. I tape them up. I do eggs at them. I put my last name on the rock just because, it's a senior rock. I would always say I represented our class the most, so I put my last name up there and let everyone know to keep it there.
What else did we say? We had the scrubs.
Dirty.
They're dirty, smell.
We're called the scrubs because we wear scrubby clothes. People do think I'm stupid and not smart.
I don't usually associate myself with, well, I guess scrubs.
They look kind of dirty. No, I don't have friends that are scrubs.
It makes me feel like I'm unwanted.
Do you think you're different than Franklin?
I don't know how he thinks in the head, but...
Do you think your friends would accept him the same way they accept you?
I don't think they would.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that way.
Because you can choose what group you're in. It's not, people don't put you in that group, you put yourself there. You don't think so?
I couldn't go and probably hang out with certain groups.
Which groups?
Probably the preps. It's kind of like, how would you feel if I just wanted to come up and sit down with you? Your friends probably would be like...
I don't know. Try.
I tried to be normal for one day. I can actually say I tried. Not like, a month or a week or something. One day I tried to dress like preppy. And I just looked in the mirror and I just was like, this isn't me. I could never fit into this group.
Last spring, Melissa's unique appearance caused a frightening rumor at the school.
People who don't know me probably think I'm scary. Like last year rumors. People know about that. Thought I was going to kill people. That was crazy. I was going to shoot everybody, yeah. Around the time the Columbine was happening, I was really into wearing black. I mean, that was my whole, I'm depressed, black phase.
Everyone thought Melissa and all her friends were making a big hit list.
It took one day and this whole rumor spread over the whole entire school.
Me and my brother heard that we were number 1 and 2 on it.
I mean, I had constantly, every 5 minutes, somebody coming up to me asking me if I was going to kill him.
It made me feel a little nervous.
I was really, really outcasted to the point where I was asked to leave school.
I heard about it, and I did think it was real, but I didn't know it was you.
What did you hear about it?
I heard that I was on it.
Do you have any idea why they think you might have been on the list? Or?
It just said varsity cheerleaders.
See, it's just kind of funny because it's like with you, I was number 1 and 2. I mean, not that it's a good thing, but what would make you number 1 and 2? What would make you the big bad people to be 1 and 2?
What if number 1 and 2, the popular kids, suddenly became the outcasts? With our help, Mike and Erica are about to experience what it feels like to be the outsiders. They don't know it yet, but we've enrolled them in a school 50 miles from their home. Here, the cliques are tight, and nobody knows their names.
We're ready to tell you.
I do not want to be here.
We have not brought one friend to go with us. I've never been the new kid.
I've never been a new kid. I've always had friends wherever I go.
I'm so nervous.
What if I get in a fight?
Anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Coosa High. It's very small compared to Yuba City High.
How many kids?
417 at the moment. I can tell you this right now, we don't have hats on campus.
Are you serious?
You're the new kid on the block, people are gonna talk. Rumors fly in this town. You can either put your hat somewhere for the day or hold on to it too. Okay, there you go. It's gonna be a little bit different, all right? Come see me at the end of the day.
All right.
And come get it. Okay.
The new kids struggle to fit in and avoid a fight when we return.
Here, some guy said some smart-ass remark. I was ready to fight him.
Ain't it cool?
Ooh, can't hold it.
Finally, this cold season, for all you stuffy nose snifflers, for all you scratchy sore throat sufferers, here's a great new way to break up your cold. Introducing 2 new flavors from Alka-Seltzer Plus, Orange Zest and Cherry Burst. The only cold medicine with effervescent power to quickly break up your worst cold symptoms. So you can get on with life. Alka-Seltzer Plus, Orange Zest, and Cherry Burst. 2 great new ways to break up your cold.
Rated E. Hey, Jen, we're counting on you.
Last weekend in the Army Reserve, I had to refuel 6 Apache helicopters in 30 minutes. That got me ready to do battle on Monday.
Hey, not too shabby.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
I remember my dad caught me. We're out in the garage, trying to be quiet, but eventually you start yelling because of the static. He comes out. If you're gonna use cellular, that's fine, but I'm not paying for it. You can get a summer job. So I got free and clear after that, man. It's great. It's clear. Got a good deal, too. So, you ever get caught? No. Of course.
The new Sprint PCS Free and Clear plan, $29.99 for 500 minutes, all with nationwide long distance.
We can hack into anywhere. NASA, the Pentagon, nuclear plants.
Cyber terrorists.
Our job is to shut them down.
He's climbing down the tower!
We're more secretive than the NSA.
And we can kick your ASS. We operate on a whole new level.
Level 9.
What's Spin City all about? The temptations of living in the Big Apple.
How long can you go on having great, meaningless sex? What's the record?
Ah, but you haven't really been tempted till now.
You know, my parents won't be home till 10.
So where do we go from here?
Well, is that a question or an invitation?
If you were the last man on Earth, I'd date outside my species.
She's got it bad.
It's Michael J. every day.
Let's spend the week together.
Spin City.
Coming soon to UPN 31.
Something big was going down in Pop Secret.
Vector 4-1.
We were making a new microwave popcorn with extra butter.
We're on it.
Which meant we'd need extra butter.
We're go for butter.
Huh? Only the best butter would do. Land O'Lakes.
Go, go, go!
Whoops. Sorry, miss.
Mission accomplished. Introducing Pop Secret Extra Butter. Perfect popcorn is our passion.
Did you know drugs can really mess up your mind? I should know. I've been there. Drugs make me slow. They make it hard to keep up in school. After doing drugs, I'm totally burned out. So do me a favor and get it into your heads. Drugs are bad for your brain, so stay away from drugs.
The fountains of Rome are one of the things I love most about Italy. This is the famous Trevi Fountain. Legend has it that if you toss coins into Trevi Fountain, you will someday come back. You know, standing here, I can't help but think of my milkshakes. Because if you visit Jack in the Box and toss us some coins for a strawberry banana milkshake made with real ice cream, you'll definitely come back. Don't worry, that was about $1.
Northern California, you did it!
You raised $340,000 for Jerry's kids. Now comes the next step.
Send in your check when that pledge card arrives. Thank you.
75% of teenagers experience bullying or teasing at school.
I picked on kids, made fun of them.
The name calling has been going on since I moved to Yuba City, so 6th grade. I was the new kid in school. I was someone new to pick on.
New kids coming to school, gotta give them a little scare.
I've been teased since I was in kindergarten.
I've been called a slut, a whore.
In one day I hear about 25 names called to me. It's hard for me to fit in at this high school.
I don't really worry about it, because I never think how it affects them.
Your high school experience is what you make of it, and those people who choose to be by themselves, you can only do so much.
Back at their new high school, Mike and Erica stick out in the close-knit crowd as they search for their first class.
It's obviously very apparent that I'm new.
I feel dumb. I don't know, I feel like I don't fit in at this school.
I'm Erica.
Hi, Erica. I'm Miss Dillon. Nice to meet you.
Have you read To Kill a Mockingbird? Yeah. Okay, well, that's what they're doing right now is they're presenting out.
We need to welcome a new student to our class. Erica Kruger is coming to us from Yuba City High School. Yes. Please welcome Erica and make her feel comfortable in our word processing class.
Why don't you sit back in the corner back over here with me for right now.
Never been an outsider, really. If I went somewhere else, probably I'd get pretty defensive, stand my ground.
And Mike, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and stuff?
I'm from Yuba City High School. I've never been in a school this small before. I'm used to 3,000 kids.
The students ask Mike what it means to be a cowboy.
We're friends with everybody, but if 6 of us walk into the quad, we'll have teachers on us everywhere.
Why?
Because we've started so many fights. I'll do what I want to do. Like, if you can't accept me for what I do, then I guess you just got a problem with me.
Lunchtime becomes stressful as Mike and Erica are left to fend for themselves.
Where do I get food at? I should figure it out.
I don't know how to do this. Do I get it and then pay for it?
They're like stabbing me with their eyes.
I was in the cafeteria, some guy said some smart-ass remarks, and I turned around, and I knew they wanted me to say something back, but I was trying to stay away from it.
Trouble starts when a group of boys at a nearby table challenge Mike to a fight.
Hold Hold up, I'll be right back.
John?
What's up?
What town are you from?
New City.
City? What are you doing Friday?
I was ready to fight him if I had to.
It's Good Friday, dude. You don't even want to turn with us on
Good Friday.
Good Friday, you can turn with us.
How about Thursdays, 420?
420 Thursday? That sounds good. 420 Thursday.
Fortunately, the conversation becomes friendly.
You all play football?
Yeah.
Well, you guys are what, Division 4?
On the lawn?
Lunch was really hard for me because all the girls I met earlier and I figured that I would have sat with, they weren't there. It was like looking, I felt like I had to start over again, find new friends. Okay. Reasons why I don't think I'd want to be by myself at lunch would be because I don't think I felt confident enough with myself or comfortable enough with myself to be able to do that now. Just to be alone would be hard probably maybe for me. Hi guys, can I eat with you? Yeah? Can I eat with you guys? Yeah. My name's Erica. Hi. Do you guys do sports or anything? Yeah, I play basketball. Oh, do you? Do you do cheerleader? Oh, you're a cheerleader? Me too. I never have been alone, like never been without friends, and I think that even when I come to a new school, I was looking for friends right away. That was important. I wasn't comfortable being alone yet.
When I came here to this school, I was prepared, if I had to get in a fight. But the day's not over yet.
The second part of the day is even more awkward as Erica faces new classmates and a new subject, and Mike suits up for gym class.
Comparison a little bit here. Some of you guys seen him hanging around school. This is Mike. Get this right, Buttercup Ole. He's from Yuba City. Make him feel welcome so we know what's going on, okay? That's fine. Yeah, that's good.
In gym class, there's this kid with like this frizzy old hair. That guy's a dork. He's banging his head against a wall. Lifting weights, letting it fall on his neck. I just wanted to hit him. I just wanted to push that weight down on his neck and leave it there. I think he's one of those guys who tries to be funny. Mr. Laugh. I guess you could say Franklin's kind of like that. He can probably do something like that. I don't like this school. It's too small.
Have you ever had journalism before?
No.
Are you artistic at all?
Yeah.
Are you poetic?
No.
Any experiences that you could relate to the rest of Calusa High?
Okay.
While Erica starts her writing assignment, we get the truth from one of her classmates.
My first impression of Erica was that if she had actually been a student at our school, she would have fit in. She had almost the same look as everybody else. She would have been a cheerleader just because she had that look.
That if like you were wearing like, you know, like baggy jeans, like a ripped shirt, or just really dirty, then it'd be like, okay, let's stay away from her, you know, let's not talk to her.
Yeah. I think often a lot of students come into school and they're overlooked because they may not have exactly the clothes, or they may not have the image that
welcome to our school.
She, you know, dresses nice. She is attractive looking, and I think that definitely has a difference in how people adjust in school, and that's the sad truth.
Accept it or not, Erica still feels like an outsider.
Now that I'm here, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I feel like I'm trying to keep myself busy so that I don't feel awkward or stupid. Like, take my situation before lunch. I walked out of fourth period feeling pretty confident, and all of a sudden, I did not have a schedule to follow or someone to tell me what to do. So I just stood there hoping someone else would come to my rescue, which of course no one did, and I didn't really expect anyone to do so. Because if I was in their shoes, I probably wouldn't. I think at this point, I have already discovered all the feelings that go on inside the new kid's head. This day was incredibly stressful. I felt like I was under pressure 24/7, trying to figure out like what it takes to fit in with these people even, which is kind of embarrassing to say.
The school day over, the teens are relieved to see a familiar face.
Hi, I missed you.
I just want to go home. I didn't like it.
Were you scared?
At first, I thought I was going to get in a fight.
Who?
Anybody. Thought they would all stare at me and look at me.
I just wanted to crawl under a rock.
I don't know. I just want to go back to my school.
Definitely looking forward to school tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Franklin feels like this a lot. I mean, because he's kind of excluded. And today showed me a little, like, what it's like. Oh, he goes through school every day of his life instead of me just going through it one day.
if I'm in to recognize a new kid on campus, I would definitely go out of my way now to make them feel welcome and to be like, hey, come over here, follow us, come sit by us.
Next, the group confronts the pressure to look perfect.
Yeah, it's making me feel like I'm fat, and I've never felt that. And it's just totally disgusting to feel this.
UPN salutes the sporting events that should have made the summer games, like bareback sheep riding and the mountain bike toss.
That'll teach him not to wear a cup.
D.L. Hughley and the cast of the Hughleys bring you the events you won't see on NBC.
Whoa!
At the end of every UPN show, every weeknight this week.
You're out of your mind. Ain't it cool?
Ooh, I can't hold it.
And our Craftmatic Model 2 adjustable bed is so relaxing.
It may even temporarily provide relief from my low back pain, Harry. Yet it costs up to 56% less than a quality flatbed.
I adjust my head and feet and fall right to sleep.
Call toll-free to get free information by mail about the Craftmatic Model 2 adjustable bed. This wonderful bed adjusts to hundreds of relaxing positions, offers optional warm, soothing heat, and relaxing built-in massage, yet costs up to 56% less than these quality flat beds. Up to 56% less. Don't pay more to remain flat. Call toll-free and get complete free facts by mail about the adjustable bed that costs up to 56% less.
Call to get Craftmatic's free catalog right away. There's absolutely no obligation.
Call toll-free 1-800-529-6677. That's 1-800-529-6677. Toll-free 1-800-529-6677.
How much is enough? How about 30? 30 succulent shrimp for $10.99 now at Red Lobster. More than enough mouth-watering shrimp. Come on in. 30 shrimp only, $10.99.
There is a better way to have fun with history. Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Let's go.
Look, she likes them on the bottom.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. No artificial colors or flavors. Real apples, real cinnamon. And the natural goodness of Cheerios for a taste kids love. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. Go ahead, let them have it.
That one was too easy.
Not only is he my best friend, but he's someone I look up to.
He used to depend on us. Now we depend on him.
He's a team player, someone you could count on all the time.
ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web. Take advantage of our programs in information technology. A more flexible schedule to reach your goals. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH today.
Late breaking news from the world of outdoor recreation. The famous hospitality of these well-known folks is now in Sacramento.
That's right, Tom. RVs of Sacramento, a Davis family dealership, has just moved to town on El Camino Avenue. Their first order of business is to clean house. Prices are slashed on these quality RVs. They must clear the lot to make room for incoming lines. Come in now for huge savings.
Your choices just got a whole lot better.
YCHS intimate secrets exposed on the internet. An all-new episode.
Saturday at 11 on UPN 31.
Cliques may divide a campus, but it's gender roles that begin the separation as teens struggle with what it means to be a boy and what it means to be a girl.
think it's easier to be a boy just because girls like get labels like, you know, sluts.
Girls have to deal with reputations, you know?
Yeah.
Girls, yeah, sluts, guys do it and they're stud.
People don't really care how guys dress.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is my bra showing, or just like, is this matching? Of course I must care about what other people think. Yeah.
Most guys at this school like to be all, you know, built.
Yeah. They're in the gym working out in front of the mirrors. Yeah. Like watching themselves and they care.
And girls are always trying to diss on themselves. They just want, it's kind of like fishing for compliments always.
We bring it upon ourselves.
What does it mean to act like a lady?
Proper.
What does it mean to be a man?
Tough.
And what does proper mean?
Seen,
quiet.
What else do men do?
Don't be afraid.
They're not afraid?
And what does it mean to look nice if you're acting like a lady?
Keep yourself looking pretty.
And how might you do that?
By following the images that you're given.
So how might you follow the images you're given?
Copying them, I guess.
Okay, so here is the doll that many of us have been raised looking at or playing with or seen on TV or one like it. And here is
the counterpart.
So what we did is we just blew them up here and put them into real life form. So when we start, Erica, why don't you come over here for a second? Just stand over there next to her and just...
She's like her butt as long as my waist. She couldn't keep her organs in there.
Barbie's not physically possible. Her feet are so small. Her boobs are so heavy she just tips.
It's bigger than her head.
There you go.
Come on, Mike. Whoa! There you go. No pressure, though, to look like this. There you go. Does this affect kids? The little kids are playing with these dolls?
And they think they've got to be that buff to be an actual man.
Uh-huh.
And then girls think they need to be that skinny and that beautiful or whatever.
What else do people do to try to look like this? Diet.
Drugs, steroids.
Over 500,000 teenagers are currently using steroids and body-enhancing supplements.
I wish I was 6'5" and looking big, like huge for basketball, you know?
Want to get bigger, like muscular? Probably a little bit taller, like 6'1", 6'2", something like that.
I just want to get taller. Girls going by all like diets and all that, and all us guys going by all the bulky up drugs.
I've taken creatine.
I use androstenedione. Androstenedione is the same thing Mark McGuire uses. I think that's where it got really big when everyone found out he was using it.
It's very easy to get steroids for any kid in high school. I mean, from freshman to senior. It's a big issue at school.
To learn more, the San Francisco 49ers invited the group to their training camp in San Jose. A trainer for over 10 years, Mike Barnes has seen many athletes succumb to the temptation of body-enhancing drugs.
It's a waste of money. It really is. Don't waste your money on andro. It's not effective, and there has also been some negative effects to that as well. So in other words, you guys don't care about your blood cholesterol levels, but your blood cholesterol levels are kind of cruising along. All of a sudden you start taking andro, and you're not thinking about heart disease right now, but down the road you'll say, whoa, man, I took that andro for like 8 years. I see a huge downside to steroids and not a lot of upside, especially for a teen. It's interesting because it affects women and men differently. If you're a guy, this is what you can look for. Acne, accelerated baldness, aggressiveness, enlargement of breasts, testicular atrophy, cardiovascular disease, impotence. With women, acne, baldness, facial hair, reduced breast size, lowering of voice, masculization is basically what you're looking at.
Keena Turner was a linebacker for the 49ers in the mid-'80s when steroid use was common and the consequences unknown.
I played here from 1980 to 1990, so I put in 11 years, and fortunately while I was here we won 4 Super Bowls. This whole steroid thing kind of started when I was playing, and the bottom line is nothing replaces what you naturally have. If you're not a good basketball player already, it's not going to make you one. They don't guarantee you that when they put it on the bottle. You take this, you're going to be a better football player. It just doesn't happen. And so you want to be very, very careful when you look at a Mark McGuire and see that he's the best in the world at what he does, but it's not because of that bottle. All of the best that I've seen, and I've seen some good ones, didn't get theirs out of the bottle.
You need to be lean and productive. Let it take its own course. You work hard, you go after it hard every day, let it take its own course.
Androstenedione doesn't even help. I spent like $20 just this month taking androstenedione. Now I'm like, I'm not gonna even buy it. KT was saying he knew guys who took it and they messed up their liver and their heart and For me, I already have that put on because I already have high blood pressure, so that's it for me. I'm not going to be taking any more androstenedione.
For many boys, it's about being bigger, but for girls, it's just the opposite.
There are so many extremes that girls go through to fit in. I mean, some girls are just like, oh no, I ate a chip, I should go barf it up, you know?
Oh,
it is so gross.
Yeah, but I don't think I look at the models and think I'd give anything to be her. Or, I do. Yeah. Do you? Yeah, I totally got I just look at them and think, gosh, if I was that skinny, or I could wear that if I was that tall.
My moms don't allow me to buy magazines because whenever I read the magazine, I want to be that kind of clothes and that kind of figure and all things. My mom would say, like, you think a lot about your figure.
The average person sees between 400 and 600 ads per day. 1 out of 10 relates directly to beauty and image. To better understand how media influences their feelings about themselves, their bodies, and each other, the teens go to one of the modeling capitals of the world, San Francisco.
What's up? My dream girl is Jennifer Love Hewitt because she's hot.
Bit athletic.
Pamela Anderson.
My boyfriend's my dream guy. Big chest muscles. Have a chiseled face.
Mr. Rodeo 97.
Broad shoulders.
Oh, man.
Macho. Blonde hair.
She got the butt, her body, she got the legs.
Big old boobs.
She's hot.
Just big. And he's a great stripper.
My name is Magali Amadei, and I'm a model, and I'm here to talk to you about modeling and images.
A model for the past 10 years, Magali Amadei has been the cover girl for such magazines as Cosmopolitan, Vogue, and GQ.
Do you have any idea, like, to shoot one picture, how long it takes, or like how long the preparation is?
It depends on like the shot. I would guess 5 hours.
It takes about 5 hours. It takes about an hour to have someone, a professional hairstylist, do your hair. You're much faster, I hear, but really those images that you're looking at are not the real person.
To prove her point, Magali invites the teens to participate in a typical fashion shoot.
These are my breast tissue that I'll be wearing a little later. You want to feel one? They come in many shapes. There's an angle you shouldn't go to.
So we lift up her breasts and then we put some enhancers in just so she could look a little bit more voluptuous.
Between setups, the kids go behind the scenes at a digital retouching lab to find out the truth behind the pictures they see every day.
Well, this is Lotus Color. My name is John Zaks. I do high-end digital imaging here. We scan photography in from professional photographers, fix it up, and make it look better even than it did when it came out of the camera, and then it goes into magazines and print ads all over the world. None of this stuff that I'm going to work on in front of you is like out of the ordinary. Just about every picture you see in an ad has come through somebody like me. One of the first things that you can do with a picture is make people taller and skinnier if you do it only to a small degree. So we'll make it 10% taller and 10% thinner. See, that's a lot. Then I like to nip in the waist a little bit. That's a pretty standard move. No. You want big boobs? We got big boobs. Oh. There you go. You know, big hair is good, right? We need big hair. There we go, big hair. Before, after.
Oh my gosh, it's hideous.
We're going past what reality is and making some form of idealized beauty.
She's beautiful, but like to make it better, that is making it better.
I think it's just important for everybody to understand how this is done, because once you do, then you look at it completely different.
Now I feel bad for all the girls talking about how pretty a girl is in a magazine, like,
oh, she's so pretty.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Too bad that's all fake. I always thought they were real every time I looked in the magazines. I was like, oh, yeah.
Pisses me off.
And then I'd come down, I'm like...
Like, what would you do to the men? Make their muscles bigger, or...?
Like, define them?
I'll square off their shoulders. I'll make them taller. I'll fix their hair. I've accentuated things in underwear ads.
mean, I always thought that these chicks were like natural. I didn't know they came in here and do this touch-up stuff. Because I mean, like some of these chicks, I mean, they look fine, and they're just beautiful the way they are, and like they come in here and make them look like all anorexic looking. From the way that like he's making this chick look on this magazine cover, it's making me feel like I'm fat, and I've never felt that. And it's just totally disgusting to feel this.
Dying to achieve the ideal image when we return.
Level 9. The government's secret cyber ops unit.
We can hack into anywhere. NASA, the Pentagon.
Member profile. Roland Travis. Bam. Expert hacker.
30 keystrokes, and I am in.
Convicted felon.
I checked out your record. You're real good at adding zeros to bank accounts. Just want to know whose side.
9. They're not
we knew.
Level 9.
1-800-COLLECT presents the fun way to save on collect call.
Use 1-800-COLLECT.
1-800-COLLECT.
Now that's easy to remember.
It's cheap. It's cheap. It's nice.
It'll save a buck or two. It'll save him a buck or two.
Collect.
As in collect cost? Of course, duh.
1-800-COLLECT. Party. America the Beautiful. Game Boy Color.
Get into it. Get into it.
A few. Before you hit this, check this. At a moment's notice, Good Day Sacramento gives you traffic alerts using the latest Caltrans traffic cams, a continuous information ticker, and live reports from Sacramento's new traffic command center. So before you hit this, check this. At a moment's notice, traffic reports on Good Day Sacramento. Weekdays, 5:30 to 10. A better way to start your day.
Comedy is like a fine.
Why?
For example, it can be bold and sophisticated.
Oh no, brown cow.
It can be light and fruity.
I've got style, I've got flair.
But sometimes
Hurry up, kids, the limo's waiting!
you just want to put a cork in it.
Presenting the fine wine of comedy.
Why?
Starring Fran Drescher.
Weekdays at 5:30 on UPN 31.
Craving flaky, crispy fish done the way only Long John Silver's can do it? How about golden fried chicken planks with our new tastier, crispier fries, piping hot hush puppies, and zesty slaw? Here are two great deals. Now two can dine for $5.99 with either Long John Silver's Fish and More or Chicken and More meals. Or if you have family-sized cravings, get Long John Silver's Family Meal. A boatload of golden chicken or fish, hush puppies, and your choice of two sides for $10.99. So head on down for the food you crave and the meals you love, only at Long John Silver's.
There is a better way to have fun with history. Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Golden Grams.
Emily Brown, you've just won a trip to Hawaii.
Great. Be right back.
Emily, Hawaii. How do you feel?
Kinda hungry.
When you're eating Golden Grams, everything else can wait. Golden Grams, that tastes too good to interrupt.
Do you think you can't afford a quality car?
Wake up!
If you have a job, you have credit.
Call John L. Sullivan at 1-800-758-2728 24 hours a day.
Call from home. Get results fast. Approval process begins immediately. No hassle, no salesperson, no paperwork to fill out. Call right now.
You'll receive the credit you deserve. Your job is your credit. Toll free from all over Northern California. Call right now.
We did it at Western Career College.
My mom did it at Western. Wait. Mine at. Wait. Can you? No. My mom did it at Western Career College, and you can do it too.
Western Career College, healthcare training specialist for over 30 years. Call today at 1-800-321-2386.
You can do it. You can do it.
Over half of America's school children are unhappy with their bodies and want to lose weight.
It's so important to be thin and attractive.
I'm dieting now. Also, I want to lose my weight. I want to be skinny.
Well, this year I started wrestling. There was times that, you spend 2 days without eating because you got to make weight.
I haven't eaten anything today, but I just drank a little bit of juice in the morning time. That's it.
We'd go in the bathroom in a group where, I'm going to throw up, and then you could throw up, and then she'll throw up.
I would feel a little sleepy during class. My concentration level was decreasing.
I didn't worry about, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
It was always, back in my mind, so, hey, maybe this is I hurt myself.
I didn't want my friends to be skinnier than me.
Back at the fashion shoot, Magley has a personal story to share with the group.
Obviously, a lot of models are thin, naturally thin.
I don't think some of them are naturally thin. I'm not saying all of them.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's a very good point. Some of the models are naturally thin. Like some people have a naturally thin body type, and some others might do other things. And like, for example, developing an eating disorder. Well, I had an eating disorder. I was bulimic for 7 years. A bulimic person will binge, meaning eat compulsively, and then make themselves purge by 3 ways, either vomiting or taking laxatives or over-exercising. I have 7 caps and 11 root canals. When you throw up, your stomach acid comes up in your mouth, right? So your stomach acid actually eats the enamel of your teeth. My bulimia started when I was 14 years old. Someone at school told me that I was fat. That person who told me that I was fat sent me into a 7-year battle with bulimia. I was bulimic with my schoolmates. We didn't think it was something bad to do. I didn't think it was going to take over 7 years of my life. I didn't think it was bad for my health. I really didn't realize the consequences. And I thought it was just kind of something people did at school, right? So my bulimia, when I arrived in America and started modeling, went up to 7 times a day. I was on the covers of literally a lot of magazines. Really, I felt miserable, quite depressed and thinking of suicide. I thought, I can't live like this anymore.
Magley received treatment for her eating disorder and has fully recovered.
I eat now 3 times a day, which is a very important thing to do.
It's really important to be aware that whatever you tell each other is going to have a consequence in each other's lives. Someone calling me fat or, saying those kind of things lasted for me for 7 years.
I still want to be thin. I don't think I'm fat, really. I just want to be thinner.
You teach me a lot today, and I skipped my breakfast, the lunch, and everything to become skinny. Now I don't skip my breakfast and lunch.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. And keep smiling.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I will. And she wrote for me being different is a gift. Enjoy your beauty. I like it.
I used to just go home and eat. It was the fridge was my friend, basically.
Yeah.
And I got really fat, and then this year I just got sick of it, and I stopped eating so much, and I started exercising, and I felt better. But I could have gone right into anorexia.
And I look at you, Alicia, and you're thinking your butt's big, and I'm going, my God, you're gorgeous.
Appearance is so important to me. I wanted to be a model when I was little, and I was going to be, in gymnastics and ice skating. Those are all pretty things. For those things, you got to be small-figured. When I became pregnant, no one knew that I was pregnant. I just like act like it was not there. And after I had my son, I went on a popsicle diet. I just thought, like, I just eat a popsicle just because, oh, this would fill me up and I won't gain weight. I'll be thin again.
Do you know what anorexia nervosa is? Do you know what that means? It's an unwillingness or an inability to maintain body weight at or above 85% of what's considered normal. There's an intense fear of weight gain, and self-evaluation is based on weight. So if you don't feel good about your weight, you tend to not feel good about yourself.
Dr. Mary Sanders and Dr. Cynthia Capon are part of Stanford University's Eating Disorder Clinic.
About 7 to 10 million girls and women will suffer from an eating disorder. How about boys? At least 1 million. The other thing I think that's important is that with boys, sometimes they may go undiagnosed. We may not get to them early in their treatment, and so they may actually lose quite a bit of weight before we are able to start helping them.
The first thing I'm going to show you is actually somebody that's very, very wasted with anorexia, and it's kind of a shocking picture. The really shocking thing about this picture is that the person who has this eating disorder, I think, would still look at herself and think that she's overweight. She'd look at herself and she'd say, you know, my belly's still hanging out. I need to lose a few more pounds. If you're starving one part of your body, you're starving the whole body. Every single organ is involved, your brain, your heart, your lungs. This is a picture of 2 different brains. This is somebody with an eating disorder along the top, and this is a normal brain down at the bottom. The dark areas are the parts of the brain that work, that think, and the light areas are the parts of the brain that's just basically just fluid-filled areas. So a person with a normal brain has a lot of parts of the brain that's thinking. There's some suggestions that the brain doesn't recover fully after an eating disorder, that you might have more long-lasting effects. Somebody that has an eating disorder and is wasting away, basically.
Amanda Wood was on her way to becoming a championship ice skater when she was diagnosed with anorexia at the age of 13. In and out of the hospital for the past 3 years, Amanda is now 16, only 70 pounds, and is struggling with a disease that has her literally starving her body to death.
Like the very beginning, it was just like, oh, well, I want to eat healthier and so I can skate better and all that stuff. I don't know, I just felt like really accomplished that, ooh, I can cut soda out of my diet and stuff, and then like, okay, let's cut this out and this out until it got just overboard and I cut like everything out and just wasn't really eating much anymore, so.
Do you look at, like, with the media, you see all these skinny people and you just like, oh, I want to be them?
Yeah, I see almost everybody in the world as like thinner than I am.
Why for yourself do you not want to eat?
I feel better about myself when I weigh less. I don't know, it almost makes me feel good that I am doing harm to my body. I don't really know why. It's not just about food and losing weight. There's a lot of underlying issues, like a lot of people need the control. There's all these thoughts that go through my head when I eat. That's like, oh no, you shouldn't eat, you're gonna get fat, you don't deserve to eat, yada da da da. I totally didn't think I had any problem because I thought like, oh, to be anorexic, you have to eat like nothing at all. And then I was admitted and I was like, whoa, I guess it is a problem.
Her dreams of being a championship ice skater over, Amanda is now back in the hospital for the 18th time. Her life remains in jeopardy.
I feel weak a lot and tired a lot. I've lost a lot of bone mass too. So a lot of times if I walk for a long time, my back will start to hurt.
Do you see yourself as being always anorexic, or do you know that you're going to get better in your mind? Like you think, yes, I'm going to get better, and you want to beat this, right?
Not at this moment, no.
I'm so sorry.
I think just the most important thing is if you do know someone with like an eating disorder, don't always talk about it or obsess with them about it, because it's always on their mind. Some of my friends don't know I have an eating disorder. They treat me like a normal person, and that really helps me.
I just wish you like the best of luck and that you will like get healthier soon. You were beautiful both ways, you know. Just, you know, skinny or fat, you know, you're a nice person, and like you should just like be who you want to be, and it doesn't matter like if you're skinny or not. I know I want to be thinner, but like I would never put myself through that. And I don't think people should like put themselves through so much pain and their families through so much pain just to be thinner or just to be like their ideal weight.
Most people don't understand. They think they're right away an anorexic person. Just eat, you know, just put food in your mouth. What's the big problem, you know? And they don't understand it's really a mental thing.
Because you could see that she was really wasting away, but she believed she was still fat. And she believed all this stuff that really wasn't true, and she didn't even want to help herself. And that's when I realized it really is a big kind of disease.
There was one thing that I didn't know about the loss of brain tissue. That really kind of shook me. I said, geez, yeah, I don't plan on doing any extreme weight loss this year at all.
This year, 1,000 people will die from anorexia nervosa. Next, the teens test themselves and each other in the mountains of Northern California.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Walk out.
How are you, Louie?
There is a better way to have fun with history.
Come on, Louie. Focus, man.
Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
Wouldn't it be great if something you love suddenly got a whole lot better? Feast your eyes on the new Crunchy Border Taco at Taco Bell. It's all that classic crunchy taco taste you love, now with a kick of zesty pepper jack sauce. Get 2 crunchy tacos, original or border, for just 99 cents. Some things just keep getting better.
You want to go shopping?
New Crunchy Border or original tacos, too, for just 99 cents. Get it at the Bell.
You're watching UPN 31, home of the Sacramento Kings.
Discovering where you fit in can be a positive experience, but all too often the results are negative, painful, and as witnessed at Columbine High, tragic. The second part of our challenge begins at a camp in Northern California. It's here that the teens must face the truth about the teasing and exclusion that have been tearing them and their campus apart.
Hours away from Yuba City and high up in the Sierra Mountains, the teens are again brought together. Though they've shared experiences, they have not bonded as a group. Now, away from their campus and cliques, they'll get a chance to change that.
How was the drive? Boring. Boring. I'm kind of split with that the group pulling together and finishing this out, because from some of the actions that I've seen so far, I don't know about a few people.
I got this corner. I got it up in here, man.
When I saw the sleeping quarters, I thought it was a joke because they look like Teletubby homes.
And then the rest of you can put your heads toward the wall and your feet in the middle. There's plenty of room.
That smell.
How big are the bugs?
The teens will be challenged to share more than just insect repellent. To succeed, they'll have to tell the truth about the group and each other.
This is the one that's poison oak.
It may prove riskier to give up their usual comfortable roles than to give up the comforts of home.
So how you doing?
Tired. Hate the countryside. Cannot stand being in the mountains. I feel like there's bugs just crawling all over me right now.
Nobody really flat out comes out and is mean, but you can kind of almost hear the little whispering or like the weird looks that people will get in the group, or you can feel their attitude problem or something.
Raise your hand if you've ever personally judged, humiliated, hurt, or harassed someone from another group at your school. Be honest.
Raise your hand if you've ever hurt, judged, humiliated, or harassed anyone in this group.
If you've ever been involved in a cruel or violent prank against someone from another group at your school. And raise your hand if you commit to telling the truth in this group from this moment on, no matter what, or what you think people might think about you. Look around.
I think sometimes the truth hurts, and I don't want to hurt someone's feelings because I don't like them. Because, like, once I even met some of the people, I still didn't like them.
Who's willing to tell the truth to people while you raise your hand?
It's kind of like to everybody, it's just a general thing, because I know I might do it too. But we all need to stop grouping off. We all need to stop having our little buddies and then going off by ourselves, because this is for everybody to be together.
Erica, I'm pissed off at you because the question was tell the truth no matter what. You two are the only ones that didn't raise your hand. If you're not going to tell me the truth and I'm looking you in the eyes, I cannot respect it.
I had a problem with Mike. 8th grade, 9th grade, and this year. You were just a jerk. You embarrassed me a lot. I'd never let you know that, but you did. You called me really rude names, and it put me into a whole deep depression for like 2 years.
He had a lot of power.
Would you say he abused his power?
Probably.
Let's take this rock right here. Let's say this rock represents all of the people in your school that have the most power. The people that are in the popular crowd, the people that kind of harass other people and all that. I'm going to put it over here. And this rock represents all the people in your school who have the least power. Now, what I'd like you to do is line yourselves up along this line, least power to most power in your school right now. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say my group doesn't have power.
I know.
I got this power.
Okay, wait. What I want you to do is this where it is now?
No, I don't get this. Okay, this is weird because how do we know?
I don't even know why they got upset.
I don't know where to stand.
I just kind of, where's an open spot?
You're trying to say like I go out. No one tried. That's what made me mad, you know? See, I could be right here. I could be on that little rock. I'll make that little rock become a big rock. That's how I look at it.
Let's hold there. I want to come down to this end. Alicia, you're on the other end here. Why'd you put yourself there? What's this about?
Because I'm not going to fight for a place in line. That's so dumb. This is like nothing, a rock. I'm on the little rock here. That doesn't mean I'm any less of a person than Johnny on the big rock. This is retarded.
There's a lot of people between you and Johnny.
Yeah, but I'm the same as them. Because we're all as powerful as
Now, is that the truth at school? Who has the most power? They lined up in front of you. They didn't say, come here, don't be left out. Okay. Come here, Johnny. Will you stand right here for a second? Alicia, wait just a second. I just want you to face each other. No, this is all I want you to do. This is all I want you to do. I just want you to look in each other's eyes. And everyone else, just please listen. What would you want your son to do? Stand in your shoes or his shoes? Let's pretend, okay? He's a teenager. You're sitting back as a mom watching. Go walk over there and put yourself where you'd hope your son would be.
I don't know. I don't really hope. I don't know. I don't really know what it's like to kind of make me say. Like, I don't really think of like this as anything. Like,
what would you want your son to be?
Well, like, I wouldn't want him to be powerful. I don't think that's a good thing. Like, that's why, like, I went to the end. Because what is power? Like, I'm like, I don't think of having power. I don't have power over anyone.
What if you do? What if you do have power that you're not aware of, and if you claim it, you can make a difference?
There was a few people in the group that were just like, I am who I am. That's all I'm gonna ever be.
But you get, I'm pushing you because I think there's more to both of you. It's like, I see maybe something in you that neither one of you see yet. That's much bigger than you can see. So I'm not gonna let you off the hook.
The first test of teamwork is to complete an obstacle course made of ropes, tires, and planks. At the end of the course is yet another rock, but this time they must all stand on it together.
I was personally appointed to find the most dynamic group of young people that could be found anywhere in the universe to accomplish this task. You up for it?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Stop me. I'm screwed. I don't have. Did we ever think to maybe have one person walk on each wire and then hold hands?
Yeah, but you'll do that afterwards when we get over here to the end.
Stop, guys. Hold on.
If any one of your members should come off of the cable at any time, they need to get back on behind the last person.
Oh my gosh, hang on to me. Hang on to me. This is so. I can't believe you thought of this.
You could not do this all on your own. One person could not do this.
You got that?
Yeah.
Come on across.
You're going to have to depend on each other, support each other, help each other as much as you can.
All right, someone needs to make a run for that tree right there. Because we need to get to that tree. You got to run for the tree? Hold on. There you go.
Good job, Melissa.
You guys, I need your attention for just a second. I need you.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. A terrible thing has happened. Johnny, when you use your voice too much like that, it tends to deteriorate your vocal cords, and you've lost yours.
Okay.
You have no more vocal cords.
All right, guys, you guys have to do this on your own then.
Wait, Patrick. Gabe, use your other foot on the other wire.
Good.
Good job. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing it.
That's it.
Yeah. You're doing it. Yeah. Oh.
There was times when my ideas probably would have worked better, but they weren't listened to because it was like, well, we're men. But a lot of the times I admit people are like, hey, listen to her. And somebody will start going on the swings, and somebody will sit and wait at the tree. You start from this side. You're on fire!
Stand up.
Go back and get them.
Now we have to start putting in our input. You know, our input could be right, rather than, you know, Johnny's just is right off the bat.
Get the rope, and then somebody get on the rock, and then we can build a bridge from here so the rest of us can go.
People stepped up and rose to the occasion.
Okay, all right.
The final step is to get the remaining half of the group to the rock. The frustration mounts as they can only use 2 planks that must never touch the ground.
Just go back.
And they're like, how do we get across this? And they were stumped, you know? But it's just funny how they're all bringing out suggestions. Everyone's, you know, anger's coming out, but at the same time they're listening.
Littlest should go first.
Why don't you just run really fast?
Hang on a second. Time out. This has nothing to do with strength or weight.
Hey, why can't they all stand on there?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Walk out, yeah. And then we'll walk across with that, and then we keep on doing that.
Oh, Johnny.
Franklin has a good idea. Exactly.
That was a good idea.
So we'll move it farther through back.
Listen, move this one. Hey, let your on top of this. Move that one forward. We can move this one back and put all the weight on this one. Just make sure it won't slip off.
All right. Go for it, Jay. Good.
Yay! Look at that. Good job.
Hold it.
Was that great? Hey. Okay, put more weight on it. More weight, they would just do it. Don't worry about trying to do it.
There you go.
All right.
How do you guys feel?
Our plan worked.
Our plan worked. Now.
R or T. There's no I in T.
You want to do
I think that everybody was just really rude to Franklin, but when he came up with that idea, that was the first time I really saw Erica just totally, like, take his side, and that surprised me.
Nobody expected Franklin to come up with the idea. You know, I'm guilty of that too. I said, hey, you know, that guy's not all that smart. And at that point, I had realized that I too was labeling somebody.
A surprising fear of heights.
Dude! Come on, Ernie, you can do it!
And a true test of courage. When we return.
Nothing's impenetrable.
Freedom. Series premiere October 2000 on UPN.
Stinking ball! Go Rangers!
Tony! Hi.
Whoa, Amonte's off tonight.
Okay, Tony, that's an 82 for accuracy.
Got a piece of that?
Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation.
Hello, Big Tobacco. We just wanted to introduce ourselves. But we figured there's no reason to use our real names. After all, this is how you see us anyway. Well, here's a new one for you.
You're out of your mind. Ain't it cool? Ooh, I can't hold it.
They are one of a kind.
It's extraordinary.
But one to beware.
We know almost nothing about these creatures.
Because the question remains.
It's Torres and the robot.
Are they friend or foe?
Fire.
On the next Star Trek Voyager.
Tonight at 10 on UPN 31.
Your body is an incredible assemblage of curves. So if you're still sleeping on a flat bed, call toll-free to get free facts by mail about the affordable bed specially designed to support your curves, the Craftmatic Model 2 adjustable bed. This technologically advanced bed adjusts to all these relaxing positions at the touch of a button. You can read, watch TV, surf the net, and sleep like a baby in the body-supporting positions of your choice. Plus, it offers optional warm, soothing heat and incredibly relaxing built-in massage. Yet the Model 2 costs up to 56% less than all these quality flatbeds. Up to 56% less. Don't pay more to remain flat. Call toll-free to get complete free facts by mail about the adjustable bed that costs up to 56% less.
Call toll-free 1-800-252-3838. That's 1-800-252-3838 toll-free. 1-800-252-3838.
What's Spin City all about? The temptations of living in the Big Apple.
How long can you go on having great, meaningless sex? What's the record?
But you haven't really been tempted till now. Did you just smell me?
It's Michael J. every day.
Let's spin the week together.
Spin City.
Coming soon to UPN 31.
What I really love about being in Italy is getting away from the office, taking my mind off work.
Jack! Jack! Dude, you open a restaurant here?
I'm on vacation.
Oh, bummer.
Because all they got here is Italian food.
We're jonesing for something different.
Yeah, like that chicken fajita pita. All that tasty chicken, lettuce, tomato, and cheese, and a soft warm pita.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you got one on you?
I have a job.
The Nanny on Raising Children.
A proper guardian acts as a role model. Did you really think that you were going to hide a hickey from me with a little pressed powder? Somebody the children can always turn to for advice. You need oil-based concealer.
5 days a week, weekdays at 5:30 on UPN 31.
With their first successful team exercise behind them, the group waits out the rain. Here, they are given labels, but not the ones they expect.
Maybe you know how people label you at school as a little kid or in high school. Maybe you have a clue of what they're saying. Maybe you have no clue what they're saying about you.
I thought it was pretty ridiculous because the labels definitely didn't match up with the people that they were put on.
Like Melissa's head is.
Leave these labels? Who do you think put them there?
Not being allowed to look and then having to look at other people's was like, I hope I don't have the exact same label as he's got on.
You guys know these labels are a bunch of crap. None of them are true about any of you, and somebody in this room has been labeled all these labels. So what we're going to do right now is you're going to do a little labeling activity.
Very gently.
Ow.
Let him take it.
Ernie, if people really knew you, they'd know how deeply you care and how hard you try to block some of your pain inside.
But the labels must really come off in order for the group to survive their next challenge, the high ropes course.
It's kind of scary. It looked high.
There, each person must stare down his own fears 30 feet off the ground.
Everyone was like excited, and then it came down to like you're getting strapped in, and you start going up, and people are just like, "Whoa!"
Come on, man, you're not gonna force her in, man. We just went over peer pressure. Now you guys
just leave me alone. I'll do it, okay? You don't have to down.
Christina looked up, and she didn't want to do it at all. And you know, I'm sitting down there, and I'm like, "Yeah, I want to kill this thing. I want to do it, and whatever else."
You guys just wanted to support her. Hey, we can do this together. But at what point does it get too much? And Christina's really the only one that can answer.
Melissa, if people really knew you, they'd know you, they could come up to you and talk to you about anything, and it doesn't matter what the subject is.
Good job, Melissa.
Erica, if people really knew you, they'd know how sweet you can really be and
How are you supposed to do this?
how much you believe in yourself.
I did it!
Christina, if people really knew you, they'd respect your straightforwardness. You know, your don't beat around the bush attitude.
It feels really, really high!
Christina, if people really knew you, they'd know the strength that's behind your tears.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, my God.
That's it. I'm gonna do it.
I thought Christina was just gonna come back down.
That's right.
And she got up there and was like, party on.
I'm not scared though. You're there. You're there.
She didn't seem to have a problem when she got up there.
I want to cry!
And like, you would have associated Ernie with being macho, and definitely that label came off when he was standing on the log for 10 hours.
Good luck.
Dude, I hella don't want to walk across this log.
Oh, Danny, come on, Danny.
Nina's got you whipped, Ernie.
It's hella slippery.
Ernie, keep your head forward and like don't look down and grab onto your rope and just hang on to it. And if worst thing happens, you fall, but you're not gonna hurt.
Dude.
Come on, Ernie, you can do it. You're cool, man.
I knew how Ernie felt, and Christina, I'm so proud of her.
You want to go?
Ready?
One,
two, three.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, we supported each other. I think it opened the doorway to come together as a group.
I want solid
Big
ground.
dog, he's struggling something off. Whoa.
Oh, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. Every life is shaped by milestones, conflicts, and pain. When the teens are asked to chart their own lives in words and pictures, they discover they have more in common than they thought.
There's no family out there that's perfect. You can be rich, poor, middle class. We all have issues.
It was pretty painful, 4th and 5th grade, crying myself to sleep almost every night because everybody hated me so much, just because I was the weird fat girl.
Everything was going wrong, my grades, you know, teachers were calling home, and it felt like I couldn't do anything right. Like I used to sit in bed and sometimes and just cry because I thought I was gonna kill myself. A divorce, picked on, teasing me, my dad leaving. I didn't even get a call from my mom. My 17th birthday, I didn't get my freaking or anything.
I never saw them argue, ever. I didn't think my parents fought. It was like a shock when they told us. And I always thought like that my family was like ideal and perfect, and like people would always tell me that, like, oh, when I grow up I want my family to be just like yours.
By the end of that weekend, if there was anybody who wasn't a part of the group, I would have to say Mike.
And just like one day my dad like left and like he never came back.
What'd you do?
I just kind of brush it off. I'm the last person to judge, but I could tell he was holding back some, and it affected the group.
Johnny surprised me during this because I didn't think he'd take it seriously. I think he would take it just as a party, just getting away from school these days, you know?
This one's to God. A lot of my friends are not with me, family not with me. It's always because of some type of drug or alcohol, some type of violence. So that, you know, death's a big part of my life now. To my 3 brothers, if all of us could be as one, we'd be able to conquer anything. But so many things have been in our way in our life. So I haven't really got a chance to meet them and really got to know them. So that's my life. You don't want to be like me, because I got a lot of people that, you know, think me is cool.
he ain't cool. You know, you don't want to go through the I went through. You don't want to do the that I've done, because it ain't going to get you nowhere. And every day I try to get away from all of it. And I can't, because then I've picked on, grows up. Sooner or later they see me and they want to pick back on me. So I can't get away from it, you know? I've messed up and it's coming to haunt me.
That camp was something that we had to work hard at, you know? And in that struggle, we accomplished something.
And I've learned that a lot of cool people go to the high school that I didn't know go there. And when I stereotyped you guys, I was so wrong. You guys are totally not how I thought you guys would be.
It's in your hands now. It's up to you. What you want to do with this. Take it all the way. We believe in you.
Good job.
Yeah.
For these 11 preps, scrubs, cowboys, and cheerleaders, the labels have begun to disappear. They'll take what they've learned back to Yuba City High School, but the journey isn't over yet. Next, a secret one of the teens has been keeping from the group, and an ultimatum for Mike.
I have one complaint about someone in this group.
They're fugitives. They're rebels. They're outlaws.
I've always had a problem with authority.
And starting this October, let's go. They're your new heroes.
They took away our lives, but they let us live.
We are the resistance!
I say we make them pay.
Raise hell. Freedom, UPN, October 2000.
Okay, so sometimes I turn my back on my kids when they drink at home. At least they're not doing drugs.
Underage drinkers are 50 times more likely to use cocaine than those who don't drink alcohol. Say nothing, do nothing, stop nothing.
First of all, I'm not denying that I used cellular. It was a very experimental time. Someone passed it to me, I put it to my ear, but I did not talk, I only listened. Even then, all I heard was static. But I have been free and clear ever since. I even chose long distance so I could reach out to young people across the nation and warn them of even casual cellular use.
The new Sprint PCS Free and Clear plan, $29.99 for 500 minutes, all with nationwide long distance.
You say no, I say yes, I win, I'm the judge.
What do you get when you watch Judge Judy?
You get what you deserve.
You get America's toughest,
This is outrageous.
smartest,
Beauty fades, dumb is forever.
most respected judge,
She's the boss, applesauce.
Judge Judy.
Don't lie to me.
Justice with an attitude.
Say goodbye and thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Weeknight at 7 on UPN 31.
We've been setting the standard for career training for over a quarter of a century and have placed more graduates than any other Sacramento area private college with practical, job-oriented courses specifically designed to prepare students for today's careers, for education, for job placement, for cost, for time. Who can provide the key to unlocking your potential? We can. MTI College of Business and Technology. Real-world training for real-world jobs.
Taking care of Mom's a thankless job. She thinks we own stock in the electric company. And she's so busy, she never has time to eat a good lunch.
Well, Betty Crocker's changed all that with these brand new Bowl Appetites. Add water, microwave it, and in minutes, a lunch made just for you, like pasta Alfredo.
And she finishes every last bite.
Delicious. New Betty Crocker Bowl Appetit lunch bowls. What a great idea.
You
You've collected your e-cash. Now it's time to bid. The K-Max E-Mall e-cash auction will be telecast live on UPN 31 Sunday, October 1st from noon until 2 p.m. The bidding will be fast and furious for a 2000 Silverado from Performance Chevrolet, a Bayliner Capri from Brothers Votes, and all the incredible e-cash auction items. Call 766-3100 extension 6255 for e-cash auction information and to register for your quick bid number. The K-Max E-Mall e-cash auction, Sunday, October 1st, beginning at noon.
Almost half of American teenagers think that growing up today is more stressful than it was for their parents. In order for parents to understand this, we asked our teens to reach out to their families with letters.
Mom, this is for you. All I ask is that you understand that when I get angry, it's not because I'm not getting my way. And I want to be able to talk to you without you starting the conversation with what do you want now.
I can't remember the last time you punished me. It seems as if you no longer care.
I hate being your scapegoat. Just because you have a bad day at work and I go and do something dumb does not give you the right to yell at me.
I don't want to be tall or small or even a doctor. I want to be a good person. Nothing, and I mean nothing like you.
All I thought about was death because it was the only way out. But I wanted to live life and live life for you, so I didn't kill myself.
Every minute in the United States, a young person attempts suicide. At the Butte County Crisis Center, our teens get a closer look at what some kids tragically consider the only solution for not fitting in.
Just because something bad happened to your life, I mean, what's the point of going and killing yourself over it?
I think that's why I dressed in black a lot. Was because that's just how I felt. It was just like dark and gloomy, and I wanted to be all like, you know?
You know, I wouldn't take him like, you know, as a joke. I'd ask him, you know, why are you going to commit suicide, you know?
Come on in. The Youth Services Hotline is one of the few lifelines for depressed and suicidal teens in Northern California. Help is desperately needed as the rate of teen suicide has more than tripled in the past 40 years.
We went for so many years without having very, very few, if any, of any teens committing suicide, and then all of a sudden it just went, it was like a ripple effect. It was amazing.
2 million young people battle depression, an illness that can be detected and treated before consequences become fatal, if you know what to look for.
Insomnia or sleeping too much, making suicide threats or remarks. Is that friend of yours dealing with a marked change in their personality or their behavior? Maybe they were really outgoing and all of a sudden their whole personality changes. They lock themselves in their rooms, they lose interest in all the things that they used to do, and they just become really isolated. So if you notice these kinds of behaviors and these personality changes, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I understand it, but at the same time I don't understand why they aren't able to help themselves.
It's not easy.
I really don't get that.
It's like
it's over my head.
It's like you're stuck in a 10-foot hole. You can't really climb out by yourself.
Yep.
Almost 50% of high school students know someone who has attempted suicide. This tragedy has not yet touched Yuba City High. But a school in Federal Way, Washington is still suffering. Taking the opportunity to turn their pain into something positive, the kids at Federal Way have created a school-wide student-run program called Be a Lifesaver. Be a Lifesaver teaches students how to spot warning signs in their peers and how to help before it's too late.
Simple statements like that'll do it.
The leaders of this program traveled from Washington to share their story, along with lessons they learned the hard way.
I know a lot of parents don't think they're that mature, but high school students are actually mature. And if you have peers talking to, you know, teenagers, they will actually listen.
One of the 4 guests is the mother of suicide victim Randy Bryant. Roseanne is here to share all she has left of her 17-year-old son.
I want you to go through these things. I want you to see this. I want you to look at it
because this is all I got. I had to go down to the coroner's office and pick this up. So that envelope right there just kind of represents how final it was for the decision that he made. And it basically started a year ago on the 4th of May. I found out that my son had left school early. Nobody really knew where he was going. Nobody knew what he was going to do. We had friends out looking for him. We were out looking for him. A day goes by, he doesn't come home that evening. Not till Thursday did I get a call from the coroner's office to tell me that they had found him.
Come to find out, the day that he left was the day before we did a presentation of youth suicide prevention in his class. I blamed myself for a while, because if we would have just scheduled his class maybe a day earlier, maybe we would have touched him somehow.
It's like the way I dealt with it was my friends were there to help me. You have to have friends, and I just wish he knew that he had so many.
Even though you may feel like you're the only person going through the circumstance right then and there, you're not. Just give somebody a chance. Randy never gave anybody a chance. He didn't ask for help. He didn't, tell anybody anything.
Once you do it, you're gone forever. And I don't think he realized that he was about to graduate in 2 weeks, a month. I mean, he was almost done. He would have had a totally different life. If your life in school is hard, there's so much more after that.
And I used to tease people all the time. You say it to get chuckles on the surface, but when you have to think about it in your heart and what it does, I had to sit there and I had to think truthfully, because I picked on so many people. Did I say anything to him? Did I do anything that affected his life?
They kind of took away the picture of the person who's committing suicide, and they kind of tilted the camera a little over to the left, and it said, hey, these are the people who suffer because of what you did.
It was very painful knowing that I'm never going to hear his voice again. I'm never going to have him call me on the phone at work and say, hi, what are you doing? It's very lonely.
I've been there, and now I know that I have a support system and that I can go to somebody if I'm feeling like that. And just to see, his mom, to think that I could do that to my mom just kills me.
I was in that point to where I almost killed myself, too many times. And to hear how a mother has to go through that just breaks my heart. I'd like to thank you.
You looked around, you never saw Pat really making, much of a reaction when suicide was brought up, and then it was like, boom, it just all hit rock bottom.
The group is shocked to hear that Patrick had once again contemplated suicide just that morning.
I was feeling really depressed, so I picked up a box of razor blades, and I was just sitting there staring at him.
And Patrick, don't you think now that, you have all of us, do you still feel like that? You don't have to feel like that.
I know, but it's just hard to feel I still feel like I am alone, even though I know I'm not.
Well, what would you like for us to do?
Just be there.
It's not that easy. And he knows that. And for him to go up there and say, I did this, was really brave of him.
And then I just threw him down and looked in the mirror and I said, I can take this on by myself. I don't need to kill myself. And I fought it so much. That was the proudest thing I could have done for myself, is throwing those razor blades away. When it gets hard, I know there's everybody here I can call up and talk to. I can call my parents.
Call me.
If it gets really bad, I can call suicide prevention. I'm gonna find some way to help myself.
So thank you, Mom and Dad. You two have always been there for me and given me whatever I needed in life.
Encouraged by Patrick's honesty, the teens begin sharing the letters they wrote to their parents. But Mike still holds back.
I take your advice to heart.
He was trying to act like someone he wasn't. He was trying to act like some macho kid that really something was bugging him.
I mean, he was the last one, you know? I have one complaint about someone in this group, and this goes to Mike. And you're exactly what I was when I was younger. I see you, and I was just watching when everyone else is reading these letters, and I can tell that you just, like, you don't want to listen, like, you're closing everything on. I know you have something to say, and you just don't want to express it because you don't want to show that sensitive side in yourself, you know? And I know because any kid that's ever had a parent's divorce, they've had to have some type of problems, you know what I'm saying? Until you get everything out in the open, it's just gonna eat you up inside.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any better.
You say with the divorce thing, I can't. I mean, I remember some parts of it, but I was so little.
Yeah, but I guarantee you're thinking right now, hey, why can't I be like my friend that has his mother and father there constantly?
I don't want them together, because my life wouldn't be the way it is.
I know you have to have some type of comment you have to say, you know?
I just wrote, like, I want my dad to spend more time with me.
Exactly, that's, you know?
It's just, I miss him. That's the only thing I have a problem with him. I don't hate him. I just miss him. I'm not mad at him or anything.
You love him?
Of course I love him.
Yeah.
You just want to know why, huh?
I know why. He lives out of my house. That's why I don't spend time with him.
And it sucks, and I know that exact feeling. I mean, I wouldn't piss you off, but you know. So I see this guy, and I never knew anything about him. I see him in high school, and I wanted to be friends with you. But it's like you can't truly be friends with someone until you really know what hurts them inside, you know? Until you really know who are they. You know what I'm saying?
Before the group returns to school, they get a gift they didn't expect. Letters for them from their parents.
I hate it, but I have to have that sappy little sentimental I love you, you know, you're this, you're that, because nobody compliments me on a daily basis. I don't wake up and have, you know, a choir sing to me. So that just helps me a lot.
My mom, in her letter, she told me that she loved me a lot and we've had our problems. She just asked me if we could possibly ever get back to where we were once upon a time.
My father just said that he was sorry for everything he missed in mine and my brother's lives. And I forgive him for that, because I know it wasn't his fault.
With the letter I just wrote to my dad, I said he'll probably never change. And he said sorry for me making Imo the scapegoat, and he actually said he loved me in the letter. And that means like the world to me.
You know what? This is on toilet paper. No. My mother wrote this to me in the hospital. She said she got a lot of trust in me. Her sister, two human beings who I look up to more than anything else. This is why. My mother couldn't write the letter because her hand's in a cast.
Yeah.
But she still signed it. I could tell she signed it because it's all.
I'm sorry about biting your head.
Emotional car wreck, man.
The final challenge, the group takes on their high school when we return.
This fall, payback is a bitch. Freedom, October 2000 on UPN.
You're out of your mind. Ain't it cool?
Can't hold it.
The
cooking sawfish. Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I linked up 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, and 7,000 troops. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Whoa, kidding. Someone refill that Glade plug-in.
For lasting freshness, don't forget to refill your Glade plug-ins.
Plug it in, plug it in.
And our Craftmatic Model 2 adjustable bed is so relaxing.
It may even temporarily provide relief from my low back pain, Harry. Yet it costs up to 56% less than a quality flatbed.
I adjust my head and feet and fall right to sleep.
Call toll-free to get free information by mail about the Craftmatic Model 2 adjustable bed. This wonderful bed adjusts to hundreds of relaxing positions, offers optional warm, soothing heat, and relaxing built-in massage, yet costs up to 56% less than these quality flat beds. Up to 56% less. Don't pay more to remain flat. Call toll-free and get complete free facts by mail about the adjustable bed that costs up to 56% less.
Call to get Craftmatic's free catalog right away. There's absolutely no obligation.
Call toll-free 1-800-529-6677. That's 1-800-529-6677. Toll-free 1-800-529-6677.
UPN salutes the sporting events that should have made the summer games, like bareback sheep riding and the mountain bike toss.
That'll teach him not to wear a cup.
D.L. Hughley and the cast of the Hughleys bring you the events you won't see on NBC.
Whoa!
At the end of every UPN show, every weeknight this week.
A few. They are one of a kind.
It's extraordinary.
But one to beware.
We know almost nothing about these creatures.
Because the question remains.
It's Torres and the robot.
Are they friend or foe?
Fire.
On the next Star Trek Voyager.
Tonight at 10 on UPN 31.
What's so special about a comfort home? Come inside. Pacific Gas and Electric Company works with builders to ensure maximum energy efficiency. Comfort homes are specially constructed to save you money on your energy bill.
Up to 25% every month, to be exact.
Right, 25%. And it keeps you comfortable.
I'll say, my tightly sealed air ducts cut air loss by as much as 70%. They're part of my super efficient air conditioning system.
Let's check out the kitchen. In here, there's a built-in gas range.
Costs about half as much to run as electric.
Plus, there's hookups for gas appliances.
Like this gas dryer. Costs about 75% less to run.
Comfort homes come in a wide range of styles and prices. Call 1-800-HOME-KIT. The kit's free, and it tells you how to find developments near you.
Don't forget the video.
Got it. You'll see exactly what goes into a comfort home, and you'll get hundreds of dollars in savings towards home accessories. Thanks, House.
You mean comfort home.
What really goes on inside a girl's dorm room?
Let me show you what my mama gave me, baby.
Caught on hidden camera.
Am I saying things, or did you get your tongue pierced?
Broadcast on the World Wide Web. In all new Moesha.
Saturday at 11 on UPN 31.
It's how I grew up. It's how I want them to grow up. Pure and simple. YCHS is just that. The simple, sweet taste of corn, rice, and whole grain wheat. Low fat, low sugar, with calcium that we need. All in those crunchy squares we all love. That's the recipe for growing families. YCHS. It's breakfast, pure and simple.
Some girls
They're blocking everyone's view of me.
have all the luck.
I am not going to lay down underneath somebody I don't even know.
Is always on top.
But these girls
You want to sleep with me, no strings attached?
have all the fun.
I didn't know your restaurant delivered.
Girlfriends.
Saturday at 6:30 on UPN 31.
The final test for our teens is to take what they've learned and use it to change their school. Back on familiar turf, it's time to face the cliques and bullies that have been dividing their campus.
Okay, you guys, this is it. This is like what it's all been building up to. You know, you got all that you need now, and so it's time to give it away.
The group has selected 50 peers, teachers, and administrators to join them. All will participate in a day-long event created by Yvonne and Rich Dutra St. John called Challenge Day. With our teens as leaders, the goal will be to break down the barriers that have been separating the students for a long time.
And the thing I want to ask for is be very careful not to fall back into your old roles, okay?
That was the day that everyone needed to go. Well, have I learned anything or haven't I?
I was like, gosh, this isn't gonna work. Why am I doing this? You know, blacks here, Mexicans here, preps here. It was the quad all over, you know, just seated.
When we had to call people on hanging out with their friends, I knew it was gonna be tough.
You're like, I don't want it. You're like, you're coming with me over here.
You could just feel like tension in the air. We had spent a month just talking things out, and I was thinking, they're gonna pack us into one day. Yeah, right.
For some, Challenge Day means a closer look at old labels.
They said, oh no, man, who chose Jimmy? There he was dressed up in his cowboy hat, walking around like this, you know.
For others, it means a close encounter with their worst enemy.
A guy named Pete has been teasing me since my freshman year. We get sick and tired of that, of the boys picking on us.
So the reason we're here today is because I'm hoping to give to you guys something that I never got in school. And that's an opportunity to be exactly who you are today.
We call this a challenge day because we're going to be presenting you lots of challenges today. One of the challenges is going to be to play, have fun, be silly, be goofy. We're going to do what we call letting our little kids out.
The day starts with games to loosen up the uneasy crowd. Then, people start getting real.
If you really knew me, you'd know that I'm passionate about everything that I do.
If you really knew me, I lost a cousin to drugs because of suicide. That's why I hate drugs.
If you really knew me, you'd know that Franklin's one of my best friends.
If you really knew me, you'd know I really like to spend time with older people.
You know that my cousin died during spring break.
If you really knew me, I had troubles with me and my mom actually talking.
Really knew me. Parents expect me to be what I'm not. That this group has definitely affected my life in a big way.
What is this?
What is this?
Yeah, no, what is this? I'm open-minded. I share my emotions. I don't get these things.
It has nothing really to do with that. It's like, when have I ever like walked up to you and said, what's up, you know? What are you feeling today? Are you okay? Are you happy? You know? It's about participating in their lives. It's about not just being my acquaintance, you know?
I think the barriers came down when we all started crossing over that line.
Once again, the way this activity works is we're going to call out different groupings. If a grouping we call applies to you, you'll cross over the line, go as far as you can without sitting in the chairs on the other side. Then we want you to breathe. Just notice how it feels to cross the line. Because when you step across this line, you're going to step into a group that has less privilege, less power, and can sometimes be abused physically or emotionally simply for being who they are.
Please cross the line if you've ever felt hurt or judged because of the color of your skin. And please cross the line if you've ever been teased or hurt because somebody thought you were fat or too big. Where did we learn to judge people's bodies? Where did we learn to be so mean? Please cross the line if you've ever been humiliated in a classroom by a teacher or a student.
Oh, make me thin, oh, make me tall. Oh, make me everything I'm not, so I can be all that they want.
And please cross the line if you've ever been teased or hurt for wearing glasses, braces, a hearing aid, for the way that you talked, for the clothes that you wore, or for the shape, size, or the appearance of your body.
I don't wanna be lonely, don't wanna be sad, don't wanna be mixed up in my head, don't wanna be nasty, don't wanna be cruel, I just don't wanna be the reflection of you. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, sticks and stones will break my bones, names will always harmed me over.
That's how easy it is for us all to come together. Today we want you to see you're never really alone.
Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, ashes to ashes and dust to dust.
It's like a habit, just making fun of each other. It's like something that becomes natural. It's like something I never thought about.
Where people actually start opening their eyes and seeing that they're not alone in some things. They started seeing through somebody else's eyes.
I came here today thinking that it was just a way to get out of a day of school. And being here showed me that there's a lot more to it, and that there's a lot more to the people at our school.
Right now, I don't feel like more or less than anybody here, and that's the first time I felt that in a while.
You know, I thought that a lot of people weren't going to get up, you know, just kind of be like, hey, you know, I like Challenge Day, whatever. That a lot of people, you know, got in depth and got what was ever on their chest, you know, out.
I see you and I see me, and I don't see too much difference now. As a matter of fact, we wear the same pants and same shoes. Only difference is that in our left pocket, there's a different color rag. I'm tired of seeing that, man. We're seeing raza. And I want this to stop, honestly.
I don't even know what to say. That was a little scary. I didn't think that the kids would respond at all to it, or that it would make a difference, but they proved me wrong.
I know I got picked on. I took it out on other people. One of them was Franklin.
Franklin.
And I've done it myself, and I'm sorry for it.
I don't be willing to say there's no greater ass up there than me. I did not truly understand the power of words till I came here. And I am truly sorry to the millions of people that I picked on. Unbelievable amount. I didn't even realize till today. You know, I messed with you since freshman year, and we're Franklin. Oh, God. I am truly embarrassed and deeply sorry for it, man. I think my teasing days are done.
Even the adults need to apologize, including the assistant principal, who's also a parent.
I've always prided myself in being able to be the strong one. And I stand here in front of all of you, sharing my weaknesses here. One of the two best days of my life was June 23rd, 1983. And on that day, I was blessed with a beautiful son. And I thought I was going to be the best hard mom. And I have found that I've done a lot of things to cause him pain in his life. Jake, I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I don't know how to reach out to you. I don't know how to show you I care. But I'm going to keep trying and keep walking, because no matter what, that day is extremely special to me, and so for you. I love you very much.
To see grown-ups like that made me realize that parents had to go through it. You know, they were just like us. They were just teenagers like us.
I think the biggest surprise I had was one of my friends.
It's really exciting being here because I learned a lot that I didn't know before, but it's just disappointing that when we go back, it's just going to be the same for everyone else.
Let me just...
You just said it's going to be the same way when you go back. But if everyone in here changes it, it's not going to be. That's what we're here for.
You have to have the positive attitude to change it. Us 11 people here have been here trying to change it.
It wasn't like a planned moment, you know? We all just went up there on our own and just took over, and we said what we believed in front of all these people, and like, we had one belief.
I admit there are going to be a few people who aren't going to be willing to change. They're just going to be like, no, I'm happy with who I am. They think that's happiness. But just look around and see everything you ever thought about any of the people in this room when you first walked in. And then, like, stand up if that opinion changed after all this happened.
Challenge Day was just amazing. And I think when everybody stood up and was just all, yeah, I was just kind of like, whoa, they're listening. This is like new.
Does everybody out here want to change? Yeah. What? Yeah. Then let's hear you say I want to change. Everybody say I want to change. All right, then let's make a difference in life. Yeah.
They've all taught me something, and I'm sure I've taught them something. And so I think it did make a change at our school already. The quad's not going to be just like it was because we already changed, and one person does make a difference.
The truth about surviving high school is that you can, but it's not always easy. From teasing to eating disorders, from academic stress to drug abuse, from depression to violence to suicide. 21st century teens are under more pressure and less equipped to deal with it than ever before. Parents today spend less than 5% of their time with their teenagers. But the truth about surviving high school is that your kids can't do it without you. For teens, the truth is you're not alone. And as long as you're alive, life can change. This is what happened after the filming. Our 11 teenagers were honored by the Yuba City School District for their efforts to make a positive change on their campus. Then, to target teasing before it ever reaches high school, the group took their message to the playground of Yuba's Bridge Street Elementary.
The thing, I'm gonna look back in high school. I'm not gonna look back at it, girls or basketball or a party, you know? I'm gonna look back at this. It's gonna wake me up to human beings, you know, everybody.
Everybody's like, you're friends with Johnny Alvarez? No way. They're gonna have 9 of us here next year that are just gonna be like, okay, this is what we learned and we're going to reinforce it.
I've never really treated people badly, but I've never gone out of my way to make sure that they felt like I was giving them my time or attention, and so I've definitely changed in that sort of way.
This whole experience made me change where I could go up to them and I could be like, hey, Melissa, you know, can I talk to you? I see Franklin every day, and I say hi to him, and I see all of them.
Look up into the sky.
I'm not worried about what everybody else is going to say.
I never thought Johnny and Mike would consider me as a friend, but after all this, I think they do now. Since Challenge Day, I haven't been teased at all.
I went from feeling 2'2" to feeling 6 foot, so it's like, if I want to do it, I can do it now. If this experience hadn't happened with me, I probably would have ended my life pretty soon.
I'm going to start the suicide prevention program in Yuba City for the teens, by the teens, you know? Because I always feel it's a one-man army with me. Me believing in something so strongly but never having anybody behind me but me still going for it. And now I have 10 people behind me, and probably a lot more.
To get help or more information on any of the topics discussed in this program, contact the National Mental Health Association, 1-800-969-NMHA, and visit our website at www.teenissues.com. To purchase a videotape of Surviving High School, call Ames Multimedia at 1-877-256-2467.